Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fallout 4. As you can see, we're still in the vault. We are about to start the quest to get Curie.
You have to do something, Jacob.
I'm running the test as fast as I can, Priscilla. I can't treat Austin until I know what he's infected with.
Dr. Forsyth.
Not now, Bobby. And you, stranger, will have to wait your turn. We have an emergency here. Austin got bitten by a mole rat. Isn't that enough, Jacob? There can't be that many mole rat diseases or toxins.
Rachel is examining the mole rat. Hopefully she'll find something. But these aren't ordinary mole rats. Who knows what kind of diseases they are carrying? Because he's just a child, it's affecting him more severely.
Dr. Forsyth, please. I think I found something that might help Austin.
Bobby!
Hold on, Priscilla. What is it, Bobby?
Well, you know that door Austin found? He found it because of me. I keep my private things in there. He saw me get them.
You mean your chems?
Get to the point, Bobby. What did you find in that place?
It's like a whole extra vault in there, but half ruined and caved in. There was this terminal there, so I started poking around in it. There were some notes and stuff about using mole rats to grow viruses. But they also said that they used them to make vaccines and treatments.
A secret vault. Good Lord, I've never heard of such a thing.
Bobby, you're a genius. A junkie genius. There might be a cure for whatever Austin got from that mole rat somewhere in that place. You there. How would you like to do Vault 81 a favor and possibly save my boy's life?
She looks so... I don't remember her looking like this.
I'll do it. For Austin.
You have a good heart. Bobby here will show you where he keeps his secret stash. There is a chance that somewhere in there is a cure for Austin. If you find it, bring it to Dr. Forsyth. And for Austin's sake, please hurry.
Follow me.
Without
All right.
a cure, Austin will certainly die.
So as they said, because of the hole in the wall, Austin got bit by a mole rat, which has a unique virus attached to it. Now, here's the thing. We will find a cure. Surprise, surprise. Sorry for this big spoiler. There is only one cure. If you get bit by the mole rat, you also get the disease. If one of your companions gets bit by the mole rat, they also get the disease. Hence, robot can't get diseased. Now, you might think, but it's just mole rats. I mean, it's not like those things are hard to kill or anything. And you would be correct. They're not hard to kill. What they are, though, is very easy to get bitten once by. So I have brought Robot so that whenever the mole rats show up, I can jump up somewhere where they can't hit me. And stay crouched. And then the robot can fight the mole rats for me. Because now here's the thing, right? I'm going to try this. And you'll probably see me quick saving fairly regularly in order to attempt to do this properly. Unfortunately, the pathfinding for your companions down here is not great. But if you get the disease yourself, then when you make it to the end of the quest line, you have the option to give it to Austin, to give the cure to Austin, or to use it on yourself to remove the disease. Now, that little comment about, oh, he's a kid, so it's affecting him worse, is true, because I want to say that the way it affects your character as an adult is like -5 hit points or something. It's like a nothing disease, but it's still obviously nice to not have it. Alright, breeding program update. Mole rat breeders, we finally got the breeding program stabilized. As earlier reports indicated, the mole rat showed unusual degrees of aggression in captivity. This may be due to the growth hormones. Recent generations seem more docile, although some of the keepers are complaining that the lab animals are watching them, which is frustrating. Oh, good God, I've been up for a while. Why am I so, just suddenly yawning? We have created 197 distinct serums that can treat 36% of known viruses. This is a modest improvement from last year's 33% treatment rate. However, 11 of the serums account for 61% of the treatment results, which is encouraging. That's pretty good. 11 serums that cure a variety of things. At this time, only 19% of serums have the potential to be mass-produced. We have tasked our latest robot lab assistant to find ways to synthesize more of them efficiently. Look, they have a new robot lab assistant. I wonder who that is. But yeah, any of the, like, we fought mole rats, obviously, multiple times in this game. So you know that they can dig underground. Now, they can't dig into or out of the metal floors. But that's why there's these patches of dirt everywhere. You know what? I'm not gonna... Because I can take the shots.
Approach and identify
Okay, let's hack you.
yourself.
Okay, you know what?
Law-abiding
Since
citizens will not be harmed.
okay, since I have the robot, I will shoot the turrets. Since the robot can move, obviously, he will be more useful to me. Especially since Talia apparently decided not to come with me. But that's fine.
Protect and serve.
As long as I have a robot, I'll be good. Because mole rats, although granted, we are fairly high level coming into this place. So we may actually run into... Because I think you're guaranteed one mole rat brood mother anyway. Okay. And this will hopefully unlock the Protectron.
There we go.
No. Oh, wait. Get the holotape in there. Override Alliance. And then this. Oh, now granted, if I wanted to, I could,
Powering up.
I could hack him anyway, because if I hacked him,
Commencing attack on hostile target.
yeah, I was gonna say if I.
Do not attempt to flee. Justice will be administered.
Okay, well,
swiftly,
well, whatever.
fairly.
Either way, I got that one as well. I was gonna say if I hack him, I wasn't going to because I was hoping he'd patrol forward and kill the mole rats for me. And in fact, you know what? I am actually gonna load my quick save, even though I know it was back a bit. And I think I'm actually gonna hack. I'm gonna shoot the turrets, obviously. And I'm not going to bother to read the terminal entries again, because that would be silly. Poppy pinners? No, that must have been the other desk. Shoot them, but yeah, I will. I'm not going to bother to pick the lock of that either. I'll actually just shut down this one for now. Because now at least he'll wait here. And like I said, Talia seems to. I don't remember having that much issue getting my companions to come with me in here, but maybe last time I did this, I may have brought a robot that had the the Mr. Handy thruster on it instead of actual legs. But yeah, because in that way this one should go ahead and take out at least some of the mole rats for us. Can't be fail, could be spot. Can't be next.
Yes.
Wait, alright. Thing in there again. Override Alliance. Activate. Take
Powering
back.
up. Protectron on.
There we go. But yeah, he should, I hope, now patrol instead of follow us. Because following us, not necessarily bad. I mean, obviously, if I could get 2 of them to follow us at the same time, that would also be good, even if they are a little slow. But sending him ahead to clear up some, and then if he dies, I can always come back and get the other one that I shut down. But yeah, he should be there we go. Good enough to take out at least some of the mole rats when he comes across them. Unfortunately, he moves very slowly. So it might take him a while. I was hoping to override the turrets as well, but I guess it doesn't really matter since they're back further than any mole rats go. Oh man, is that gonna... Okay. I was worried there that that might be the end of his patrol route, in which case I may as well just take him over so that he'll follow me. I was really hoping that Talia would warp to me at some point, considering how far away from her we've theoretically gotten. See, look, there's a mole rat right there. Oh, fuck, I hit the robot. He keeps walking in front of me. Through the mole rat. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this part is kind of the first big area with mole rats. I remember running up the stairs and jumping on a box or something.
Protect and serve. Do not attempt to commencing lawful use of deadly force.
There it is. And Talia showed up too. Great, even better. But yeah, as long as I stay up here, we should be good. And they should be able to take care of all of them. I mean, you see, he's working down there.
Adversary exterminated.
Look at that. Look at him go. So now, obviously we didn't get hit, but I do see a symbol there. See, mole rat disease, minus 10 HP. See, like, I don't even, like, I didn't even get hit. And I got 10 somehow. And I got it somehow. It is, like I said, very difficult. Very, very difficult
Protect and serve.
to do this without getting hit. Because, like, I don't even know, like, I'm pretty sure I didn't take any damage there. Now, as soon as we go up here...
Danger.
Yeah, see, look, and I automatically got it.
Still be in area.
Even though I very clearly... did not get hit, because it would have been impossible for me to get hit. Oh, Talia's already here. Alright. Really? Yeah? Like you got hit by that? See, still good. Getting pushed a little bit. Still good. Still good. Good.
Sensor.
And now I have the disease, despite not taking any damage.
Engaging.
I may just have to take the hit because I don't know what's going on right now. Oh, let's go up this one because I remember managing this. Ah, fuck.
Sensors recalibrated.
Hostile target identified.
Well, yeah, and then there's the disease somehow.
Situate.
I know there's a way to do it because, like, every time, like, we hear them come up and then all of a sudden I'm diseased, but that time they came up and I wasn't automatically diseased.
Hostile target detected.
Tracking lost.
Okay, well, let's try. No, that's under aid, right? See, look, like, as soon as I make it up the stairs, despite not taking any damage, like, not even coming out of stealth, I somehow have the mole rat disease. Now, give me a second here to look this up, because I remember doing this without getting the disease before. Oh, that's what it is. That's right. So I made an oops here, where I forgot what the trick was that had to do with companions.
Yo, psst.
Ready.
Hold up a sec.
Your components as requested.
Yeah, thanks.
Psst.
Standing ready.
Oh, I can activate her personality.
Time for you to leave.
Acknowledged. Returning to origin.
That's what the thing was. It wasn't that I needed a companion to kill everything for me. It was that I couldn't use a companion.
Sensor alert. Possible hostile
Now, do I have to...
area. Escape is impossible.
Yeah, see, so... Okay. So if anything gets hit, I forgot that that's how it worked. I knew that there was something with companions I needed. I just kind of... Oh, fuck. I loaded way too far back. This one will be good. I forgot what it was, though. I took the logical thing, which is if I don't get hit,
Hey.
I don't get
Standing
hit.
by. Your components as requested.
Hey.
Uh-huh.
Please proceed.
I think it's about time.
Affirmative.
Well, whatever. She'll be back here anyway. So she still won't get hit. But yeah, what it wasn't that you needed a companion to take the hits for you or anything. It's that even... They have it really stupid. And I mean really stupid. Where even if your companion gets hit, you get the disease.
Identify yourself. Law-abiding citizens will not be harmed.
Which is obviously absolutely ridiculous. Prick. Alright, goodbye. And if I'm not mistaken, I can't use the Protectron either. I think that even if the Protectron gets hit, it'll trigger it as well. Despite that being incredibly idiotic and making no sense whatsoever, I do believe that's how it works. So yeah, as you can see, don't have the disease. That would explain why we were like immediately getting it though. Oops. Oh sure, and then that one does a slow cut. Wow, look at him roll around. Still don't have it. Quick save. Now, obviously, with the mole rat. Now, see, if there were turrets in here, that would honestly be a giant help. Because, obviously the mole rats wouldn't be able to get up to the turrets in order to hit them. So even if it was like the turrets getting hit also counted, I wouldn't have to worry about it because I don't think that they'd be able to reach it. Now, fortunately, this does make this quest incredibly tedious, having to go through it like this. Okay, we are hidden again.
I'm sure this whole thing is overblown and Austin will be running around tomorrow.
Overblown or not, we have to do what we can for Austin. I just don't know what I can do.
Neither do I, Priscilla.
Why him?
Oh, that's not good. Yep, that's what I thought. Fucking Talia showed up and took a hit. Somehow. So I may have to, like, leave. Get them all. mean, it shows that there's one this way, but I don't think that it's actually out here. I think that it's just in a part that we haven't got to yet. But it's also entirely possible that it went to fight Talia. But anyway, as you could hear there, there are little
I'm sure this whole thing is
observation
overblown
things
and
here.
Austin will be running around tomorrow.
Overblown or not, we have to do what we can for Austin. I just don't know what I can do.
Neither do I, Priscilla.
Why him? He's just a boy.
He's going to be just fine. You'll see.
So yeah, as you can see, they are, or this part of the vault was built to spy on the other part. Crop rotation implemented by the hydroponics manager has proven successful for supplying the vault with adequate food. We have not had to intervene, which has eliminated the risk that the vault inhabitants would discover the secret part of the vault. So far, they do not appear to suspect the true nature of their vault. The greenhouse would be a perfect place to introduce Class C4 and D1 viruses into the population, as well as potential cures should a disease get too virulent. Recommending installing hidden sprayers in the ceiling. So yeah, as you can see, I keep having to check because I keep hearing Talia talk. And it worries me that she's going to somehow get hit again.
Well, this is gonna be a joy for you. You get to nag me and I can't go anywhere.
Oh, real nice, Holt. Make this about you. Don't you think about anyone other than yourself? Your daughter could get sick like Austin, and you're whining about spending time with your family?
I have things to do. We don't have to hide away in here.
You're so busy, Holt. You have so much to do. Please, explain to Erin why your needs are more important than her safety.
Just never mind.
Idiot.
So yeah, as you can see, Erin's parents still don't get along. Shockingly enough. Alright. The vault inhabitants have unexpectedly repurposed this room to be a kind of store for selling and repairing their possessions. It has allowed this observation port to record interactions between many of the vault citizens. This shop will become an important disease vector for spreading airborne Class B2 viruses. It will also be valuable for observing the effects of disease on social and economic relationships. This room will become a backup treatment location along with the commissary. The primary will still be the clinic under the assumption that severely ill patients will all be taken there. So yeah, as you can see, this vault was 2 vaults, one of which was meant to run tests on the other one to test out viruses and vaccines and cures and that. And this vault was supposed to be kept hidden and secret from the other one. And I think we find a terminal later that even like the overseer of the other vault had no idea that this place existed, or the overseer of the other vault shut this place down.
Remains under stringent medical observation.
Understood. But Overseer.
No buts. This is for the good of the vault. We can't risk this pathogen spreading, Dr. Forsyth.
Yes, Overseer.
How is Austin doing?
Not good. The infection has progressed quite rapidly. We need a way to stop it from spreading.
Then let's hope that outsider pulls through and gets us a cure.
Alright. Although the chief scientist argued against an observation port in the Overseer's office, it has turned out to be a boon. We are able to observe the political shifts in governance. Since the vault door was locked, when we do introduce viruses to the population, we'll be able to monitor the leadership's reaction and courses of action. See, I want to say that, like, the original Overseer of the Vault did something to fuck these guys over. Okay, get the body. Oh my god, enough with the legs. Still shows danger. But did it get me? It did. And I'm back to hidden, so I should be good. Ah, one pocket up my butt. Check. Good. Like I said, very tedious because you have to go ahead and like there's only so much you can do to stop them from coming out, or not from coming out, but to force them out where you're safe. To attack them without worried about being hit. It's one of the quests I feel could have been done slightly better. Like I get, because here's the thing, right? You make it to the end. If you didn't get hit, obviously the kid gets the vaccine. I think even if you don't get hit and don't have the virus, you still have the option of I know I can. Can I not activate this door? There we go. I think you still have the option of keeping the vaccine for some reason. Not that it makes too much sense. But obviously you'll probably give it to the kid since you have no need for it, you know? You know what I should do? I know it's kind of a waste of Radaway in a stim pack, but I'm going to do that. Because that way my health bar is completely full and it'll be a lot easier for me to tell if I've taken a hit. But yeah, there's very little reason, basically none, if I'm being honest, to not give him the vaccine and cure him. And then even if you do take a hit, as long as you know how to check your status, which I don't say as in, oh, people are dumb. It's not something you have to do very often, because there are very few things in this game that are like a permanent thing, and most of the permanent, well, that are a permanent thing and don't fall underneath perks. Because like everything that goes into that status there is generally a temporary effect. So the fact that the mole rat disease goes in there, but is in fact a permanent thing, is probably the annoying part, because then whenever you check your status, you'll have that little symbol there, right? But even then, like, you know, you lose 10 health.
Sweet.
Which, unless you're working at 0 endurance, because like how much health do we have? We have 647 health. So obviously, 637 probably going to be just as useful. Like, there's going to be very few things that are going to be taken off where 10 health is going to save your ass. Now, granted, 10 health could very well save your ass. 1 health could very well save your ass. Because you could... Okay, let's check this one. Because you could very well end up with something hitting you and you have 1 hit point left. Alright, remote door control. Yeah, let's open it. That opens this door. Yeah, but I want to go and check over here first. A lot of dog food bowls if you want to get a bunch of dogs to your settlement. Wow, 2 brood mothers, eh? I feel like that's generally not how things work in the animal kingdom. Okay, obviously Luckily they didn't hit me, but I still need to keep checking in case some random mole rat showed up where Talia was and nipped her. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, Dr. Olivier. Do you copy? I do, Kenneth. Everything good over there? Just another drill day, right, Overseer? It is, and thank God for that. Overseer, there are just 3 of us over here. What's going on? Livette, are you getting this? Sorry, Kevin. It's been a madhouse on this side. Only 3. Myself, Jim Flint, and that kid, Burrow. Where's everyone else? Not over here. Residents are being admitted. They started showing up in droves once the news started broadcasting. That's the same way I heard. You'd think Vault-Tec would have had enough warning to call at least a beta drill for staff this morning. Something must have gone wrong. We've been pretty limited down here, but we focused on antibiotics and have our first Petri trials underway. Saw the data last night. It's promising, but do you think it's ready? The trials just started, and the virus we're going after is a few days of inoculation, but I'm optimistic that later this week we'll see positive results. Okay, keep me posted and don't begin Phase 2 trials until I have an opportunity to go through the new data. Of course, have a good afternoon, Overseer. Overseer, do you have a minute? The system isn't instantaneous, Burrow. I hope you haven't been waiting for a reply all morning. Sorry, Overseer. I wanted to notify you about an issue with our food extruder. Okay, I see it now. Looks like a clog in the protein tank. You weren't able to address it on your end? No, Overseer. Hardware failures on the residential side must be addressed over there. We can't get to the tanks or nozzles to repair them. Okay, Burrow, I'll have maintenance down there immediately. Go stand by and have Collins contact me if there are still issues in about 10 minutes, okay? Thank you, Overseer. I'll go there now. Good news, Dr. Olivet. We've tweaked our formula based on Phase 1 trial results, and I think we're ready to go to Phase 2. How's the mole rat population doing? Very well. The specimens Vault-Tec provided are remarkably hardy. Flint has been doing some radiation testing on them. Is that in the protocols? Not technically, but we noticed some weird stuff with the kibble provided for them. Bro got pretty sick for a day or 2, don't ask. Flint's been looking into it. These suckers are big to begin with, and we're thinking it's genetic. Tampered with? Something like that. I think Vault-Tec must have been running some experiments with them. They're all unusually large. A few demonstrate bioluminescence. At least one appears more intelligent than normal. Do you think they're still a useful control? We've divided the colonies, separated the most unusual specimens, and put the control colony on a new diet taken from our own food supply. It's not ideal, but I think we're okay. Very well, give me the evening to go over your data again, but I think you're clear to begin Phase 2 unless I find anything I don't expect. Overseer. Yes, Burrow, what is it? I've noticed an issue with our delivery mechanisms. Do you know if anyone has tampered with the nozzles in the residential quarters on your side? I don't know. What are you doing with the delivery system anyway? The Phase 2 trial just began. I know, Overseer. I just thought it would be a good idea to run tests on the delivery system before we reach Phase 3. If we reach Phase 3, human trials are not to be undertaken lightly. What kind of tests were you hoping to run anyway? Just a placebo vapor to make sure the nozzles are dispensing mist properly. The residents wouldn't even know we had done anything. I guess that's the idea, though. I'll look into the nozzle issue on my end, Burrow. In the meantime, please do not use the delivery system without my direct approval. Doctor, please get in touch. I know what you've done. Honestly, I don't blame you. Performing the Phase 3 trial on non-consenting humans is a breach of ethics, at least according to the world we used to live in. I could keep Burrow together for a while, but Flint's already suspicious. What are we supposed to do over here? I can only lie to them for so long without some actual response from you. Damn it, Olivet, you can't be such a hypocrite that you condemn us to die in the name of your personal sense of morality. I know your politics, but I never thought you'd actually leave men for dead. Please reconsider this. So yeah, as you can see, the original Overseer was aware of this secret vault, was in contact with them, decided that they didn't like what was happening, so just kind of shut down everything to this side of the vault. And obviously all the scientists, eventually ran out of food and that. Now the fact that we've killed the broodmother, both of them, leaves me to believe we may have managed to clear the vault without getting the virus, which is nice. There is also another way you can do it, where it's similar to a couple of things we've done in games. It's actually very similar to what we did in Vampire not too long ago, where we talk to the guy. You talk to the guy and he says, oh, there's something about there's only one cure. So then you exit the conversation from him, go into your inventory and immediately drop the cure. But because you said the right words, he then goes to cure Austin, but even though the cure is still on the floor. So you finish the quest and then you go pick up the cure and use it yourself. But yeah, as you can see, there's a Vault-Tec lab coat and some eyeglasses here. We actually get 3 Vault-Tec lab coats here. And as you can see, each locker is full of, well, this one just has a barrel vase, but the other ones have bones in them. And they're laid out like coffins. They got little flowers at the bottom of them. And we have a nurse here, who I do believe we have to talk to, but it looks like we're clear on mole rats.
Oh, another stranger. Are you Vault-Tec security? I've waited so very patiently for you to arrive.
Who the heck are you?
I am a Contagions Vulnerability Robotic Infirmary Engineer, or CVR-IE. The human scientists call me Curie. Or more properly, they called me this when they were alive. I repeat, are you Vault-Tec security?
These mole rats carry a disease. Do you know anything about it?
My poor little darlings. They were used to grow all manner of new and interesting pathogens. Then Vault citizens would be exposed to these viruses in the hopes that they would develop new antibodies. But they never got a chance to execute their plan. Clyde got out of his cage. He was smarter than the others. My sweet Clyde. He let out the others, and those poor scientists never stood a chance. Clyde's been dead for almost 2 centuries now, but his descendants have free run of the vault. I'm rambling. Where are my manners? Are you Vault-Tec security?
Just open the door for me.
There is a proper procedure to do this thing. I am pleased to report I completed my primary duties 83 years ago. Thousands of pathogens were grown in the mole rat hosts. Then a single broad-spectrum cure was developed to treat them all. Very satisfying work for many decades. Now, please tell me you are authorized to release me from the lab.
Sure.
I am so authorized. You are released.
Superb. I had almost given up all hope of leaving here. I'll open the door for you. Since you are a Vault-Tec representative, I entrust you with the broad-spectrum cure I developed. If you have an equivalent to my digital Hippocratic oath, please use it quickly to prevent any undue suffering. However, be advised, there is only 1 dose left, and I can no longer make any more. If that is all, I am most eager to leave.
You only have 1 dose?
That is correct. There used to be more, but they all expired. Sadly, the organic compounds necessary to make more have all deteriorated.
Thanks for the cure.
It is my hope that this cure finds its way to someone who needs it. Hopefully now I can properly further my scientific research. Since my job here is done, I think I will follow you out. Do you require something?
Yeah, so you can't do anything with her right now. There's the medicine
Yes.
bobblehead, though. So now our stim packs permanently heal 10% more damage, which is pretty decent. I mean, considering it's just like a permanent buff that you get, like that's a pretty solid one. Like just like a nice little passive boost that any character, any build would find useful. Alright, what do we got here? We got Curie's terminal. Date of last entry, or date of last data purge. Memory failure, not recommended for research backups. Please use hard copies. Entries are the personal work. Alright, initially, okay. I've been ordered by Dr. Collins to add an entry to this terminal. Dr. Collins was most insistent that this is my terminal. Explained several times a robot cannot own property as per Robco policy, but his orders were most clear and insistent. I will comply with Dr. Collins' wishes and maintain a log when ordered to. I have completed my analysis and integration of the data to make me a compatible research assistant. I have been commanded to provide an assessment of my colleagues. Dr. Flint is objectively brilliant, although Dr. Collins repeatedly calls him brusque, but I find Dr. Flint's commands and speech patterns easier to parse. His observations are always very astute, and I am learning much about working with cell cultures from him. Monsieur Burrow is perfectly acceptable to work with. He performs menial tasks which my programming is perfectly suited for, such as carrying heavy lab equipment. This is strange because my capabilities for such a task are far beyond those of a human male. I am told by Dr. Collins that this is a sign of respect that Monsieur Burrow is making. This does not compute. Literally an error there. Unusually agitated state, he would not leave his quarters after his morning meal. Dr. Collins assures me that the state is temporary and that Monsieur Burrow is merely overwhelmed with something. More error. Dr. Burrow is deceased. Post-mortem indicates he expired from a severe cardiac arrest brought on by advanced age. He died at 5:01 a.m. shortly after waking. In accordance with the doctor's pre-existing orders, the body was cremated and placed in the specified urn alongside Dr. Collins and Flint. Dr. Burrow was of great assistance in continuing the work left to us by the others. My last order was to continue working on our projects alone, so that our deaths will not be in vain. My processors are fully committed to furthering the study of pathogens and viruses for the betterment of mankind. To honor this last request, message ends. Alright. We're hamstrung with only 3 researchers. Decided to make a few modifications to this Mr. Handy robot. Should be really useful for speeding up some of our lab work. I've been pretty anxious since admittance day. As if the world ending wasn't enough, I'm very concerned about all of its motives. Dusting off some of the old robotics chops has been just the distraction I've needed. I decided to write a suite of custom personality settings for the robot. She's a little bit of Lisa. I really hope she got into her vault down in DC. And a little bit of my grad school fling from Versailles back in 46. I'm loading her databank with every great body of work I have access to here. Kant, Einstein, Bohr, Darwin, Curie, Faraday, Turing, Braun. She'll have so much to learn. It's already made her feel so much more like a peer in the lab as opposed to an appliance. Calling her Curie, I know, I was never a subtle man. Curie's been doing great. Flint's finally stopped treating me like a crazy person for insisting we address her as a human, and I swear Burrow is deferential to her in a way that reminds me of seeing him around Rebecca back during the drills. It's actually endearing to see. Most importantly, and perhaps more surprisingly, she's bringing a sense of normalcy to the lab, keeping us all a bit more grounded. Anything to keep our minds off the situation we're in is all too welcome. Tuned her personality matrix a lot, but it's beginning to feel wrong to manipulate her. I'm going to leave her programming alone for now and just see how she evolves as she keeps learning more. Haven't touched this terminal in years, not since I gave it to Curie as her own. Seeing her reaction to having something of her own was transformational. It just seemed wrong to violate that, and so it's truly been for her eyes only ever since. This final entry is an exception, and I suppose it's being written out of habit as a man used to a lifetime of recording his experiments. We lost Flint today, and Burrow has to spend more time helping me around the lab than actually performing research these days. So if only to report my findings, Curie has been a remarkable success. She transcended my expectations of robotic programming. Her personality feels as genuine as my own. Our interest in scientific research is insatiable, and seeing her struggle with concepts like mortality has been completely moving. Truly, she is my greatest work. I only hope that one day she can see more of the world. If only I could be there to witness her reaction to the blue skies and butterflies she's only heard me sing about. So this guy obviously very much cared about Curie, which, to be fair, considering that there was 3 people and the robot here, and at one point one of the people died, Curie would have been like the most consistent thing in his life, right? We are entrusting you with a mission that is critical to all humanity. Vault 81 will be used to wipe out disease as we know it in the human race. Your partition of the vault has been equipped with state-of-the-art medical research equipment, including the new contagions, vulnerability, robotic infirmary engineer, aka Curie. So it was called Curie before the guy did all the stuff to her. That's weird. There is a century's worth of biological and chemical supplies. There are the genetically adapted mole rats and most important, a vault full of test subjects. As with all great progress, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. You will be infecting the people of the vault with diseases in an attempt to have them develop antibodies. Some may not survive, but you must ensure that a breeding population is always maintained. It will take many generations, but with proper procedures, you should be able to develop a disease-resistant group of humans. Your work will be the work of generations. Each generation of scientists must select a chief scientist. Curie will make sure that each reads this mission statement to keep the vault focused over the centuries. We wish you the best of luck. Yeah, they definitely fucked up here. Because this terminal is like, hey, we gave you Curie from the start to do stuff. And this terminal is like, hey, I futzed around with this old Mr. Handy and built the personality and gave her the information myself and everything. Like, so unless he did all that and then wrote this mission statement, which seems unlikely, like, I really somehow doubt that. Now, I do believe this opens up into the lobby of the vault.
Data. What is it?
Alright. So yeah, I do believe when she said she'll follow us out, that may have been actually following us, but I can't command her right now, so. But yeah, this I do believe is that one door that was locked. Yeah, at the entrance.
Someday, I'll make it out there.
Really? No questions, eh? Wow. Alright.
Hi.
If you need a doctor, Forsyth and Rachel are down in...
Yeah, I feel like they definitely should have had something there, too. I mean, the fact that I just kind of popped up from behind them.
They could provide many answers.
Yeah, not anymore, they couldn't. Alright. Also, everybody's supposed to be locked up, and obviously they're not. But yeah, as you can see, we didn't get the mole rat disease. So we are good to go to give the cure over.
Dr. Forsyth.
The cure? You found it?
How is Austin doing? Do you think he'll survive the cure?
He's been unconscious since shortly after you left.
Here, take the cure and use it on the boy.
Only one dose? I hope this works. If it doesn't,
so yeah, after you say that, and he says only one dose, hopefully this works. If you back out of the conversation right there and drop it on the floor, he'll still go over and cure Austin, but then you can once the quest is complete, pick up the cure and
it shouldn't
use it on yourself.
What?
Which may be preferable to you. That would only require one quick save.
You were really
and less dicking around with the mole rats.
Visitor from the Commonwealth saved your life.
Really? Gee, thanks, mister.
I was worried to death about you, Austin. What got into your fool head? Going into a place like that?
Nothing exciting ever happens here. I just wanted to see what was in there.
Well, if it hadn't been for our friend here, you might have died. Thank you. I know you made sacrifices to help him. I know Dr. Pinsky will be grateful. For my part, I'd like to give you this syringer. I had it for years and never really had a use for it.
She's not the only one. The whole vault is thankful. I'd like to give you a room here in the vault. A place you can call your own. It's in the main hall, on the left as you get off the elevator. Once again, thank you. I hope you enjoy your accommodations. I wanted to say thank you again for what you did for Austin. You've opened a lot of eyes around here, including my own. I had no idea of the dangers Vault Tech had hidden away so close to home. I can't believe so many died just behind our walls.
I mean, it was 3.
If Vault-Tec had lived to go through with their plan, this place would be wiped out.
I don't doubt that one bit.
Not necessarily. I mean, their plan was to keep the vault working.
You made a real impression on our anti-Commonwealth people. They're realizing outsiders really can be trusted, and do more good than just providing resources. You'll always be welcome here. And I hope you make a habit of visiting. Having a trusted outsider would help serve as a reminder that the Commonwealth isn't something to fear and avoid.
Alright.
A moment, please. I have been trapped so many years. I believe it's customary to thank you for your role in saving me. My entire life has been in this vault. I have analyzed and learned everything there is to know here. So now I must see the rest of the Commonwealth, consult with scientists, unearth more data to challenge my hypothesis.
What are you looking to learn up there?
Down here is an enclosed system, and without the introduction of new mutagens, viruses or bacteria, it is quite dull, medically speaking. The world up there is infinitely more complex. Who knows what diseases can be found and studied?
It sounds like the Vault could really use you.
Of this, there is no doubt. But I seek to elevate my capabilities, and down here I will stagnate. Please, monsieur, can you take me with you?
Come along then.
Excellent. We must embark at once.
Alright. So now I do believe that Curie, just like most companions, when you talk to them, they'll give you stuff. I do believe she gives you stim packs, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, Austin is saved. So we'll go to have a quick chat with,
Dr. Pensky
what
runs
did
a
he call her?
hydroponics
Granny
lab
or
here.
whatever.
She may have some work for you if you're interested.
But I don't know where exactly she went. I could find Austin. I could talk to him as well, but... Anyway, next part, we will do the other quest that's here, which we may have to do in a negative way in order to actually get, because we can get another level 4 merchant.
Those pies are going to be for Calvin and his crew.
But,
Lord knows they could use a treat right now. Hey,
but like, we may have to do kind of like a bad ending scenario in order to get it, because it's one of those quests that just like, what's-her-face there from the cannery, it is extremely bugged. The level 4 merchants in this game, in like the base game with no mods or anything, they are absolutely bugged to shit. But thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you Wednesday for more.